Australian Embassy in Laos hosts a well-attended reception, the Australian Annual Alumni Function, aiming to praise achievements of Lao alumni. It is highlighted that Australia is very committed to continuing to contribute to strengthening Laos's human resources, noting also the high priority the Lao government attaches to education and training. Details with our news team Manivanh Douangphachanh and Souksavanh Keodaboth. Speaking at the Australian Annual Alumni Gathering were attended by Australian alumni that included Deput Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism Savankhone Razmountry, Deput Minister of Foreign Affairs Saleumxay Kommasith, Deputy Minister of Planning and Investment Kikeo Chanthaboury, and Australian volunteers.
The alumni group over the last 12 months have done some amazing work.
Australian Embassy in Laos Deputy Head of Mission Vosen has praised the contribution to Lao-Australian relations and Laos's socio-economic development made by more than 1,000 Lao citizens who have studied in Australia under the Australia Award Scholarship Program. It is said that Australia is very committed to continuing to contribute to strengthen Laos's human resources, noting also the high priority the Lao government attaches to education and training. Developing close education and people-to-people ties between Laos and Australia is also consistent with the Australian government's recent Australia in the Asian Century policy paper.
This opportunity to catch up with your
Tonight's event's a real celebration for the over 1,000 Lao students who have studied in Australia. It's a fantastic opportunity for all of the students to reunite with each other, to share stories about their studies in Australia, to meet new students who are going to study in Australia over coming years, but also a chance to have a discussion about the things that are really important to Lao and to see how the alumni as a group, as a network, can make a real contribution to achieving some of those very ambitious targets.
According to Vosen, Australian alumni were collectively one of the Lao PDR's greatest weapons in combating poverty and inequity.
I will study human resource development in Australia in 2009 to 2010. Yeah, and after return, I just focus on my human resource. The benefit of going to study in Australia is that we learn a different culture, we learn a special or unique skill, and also to develop ourselves and also to interact with multicultural.
What is most satisfying, however, is the understanding careers these alumni have built on their return to Laos. Many are now working at the front lines of the Lao government's economic development agenda, whether in government, aid organizations or in the private sector.
I think for those who have a chance to study in Australia, I believe that they will think the same. It's with me, that is, we have a great opportunity to study there. It's a place where the education standard is very high. The environment for study is very good. So I would advise that for those who have this opportunity to take the most out of your chance and your opportunity to study there.
I went there just for 3 months for improving my English. The course is called LE course. I have been studying in Canberra University. I was very enjoyed. Canberra is a very nice city, quiet and people very friendly. So after graduating LE course, I come back and working at the Department of Investment Promotion. So English is very benefit to me. So because I work with the foreigners, who come to invest in our country.
This is a clear recognition of their personal qualities and achievements, and the ambassador also congratulated them on their appointments. They and their fellow alumni are a wonderful advertisement for the benefits of an Australian education. The large cadre of Australian alumni in the Lao PDR were a major asset for bilateral relations between the two countries.